All right. So fall Charlotte, 1983. What happened?
Oh God. So we had that engine right, and Maurice and I knew it. I mean, we didn't have it at the track.
Yeah.
You know, we had two of them, and so I called the shop. I said, "Dang man, we're getting our ass handed to us here." And I said, "I guess. I mean, we worked on the cars. So luckily Pontiac and they gave us one ton of time and done the whole deal. And so just come see me when you get back. And back in was there 4 days, right? 3 days. So, yeah. I'm trying to fit. So, anyway, I knew about the engines. I knew we had two because we'd done it some, with Kyle, and I knew how to pump them and, the whole deal. That goes back to what Chief taught me, right? So
Yeah.
I was pretty good at it. So we put them in. Nobody knew. I mean, I pumped both engines, did the whole deal. Never even thought about Richard winning a race. It's kind of wrong because, back then, so you pitted on, and you had the paddock. You remember where the paddock down there. So Chief and Roy Hill, they were down there drinking moonshine. So it was during the race there. And next thing I know, somebody tapped me on the shoulder and they said, "Hey, Chief wants you over there." And I walked there. Him and Roy was standing on the fence. "Hey, you got any hats?" Or, it's like they were just, And so Chief said, "What are you going to do if Richard wins?" I go, "What do you mean, what am I going to do?" He said, "What are you going to do if Richard wins?" I go, "Oh, God. Okay." And
Now, were you in you were in Kyle's
I
pick.
was Kyle's crew.
Okay, yeah.
Because Pollard
Yeah.
and because Steve had gone to Terry's, I believe, because it was Pollard and Wade, or might have been Larry and Robin. I think because I had Kyle. Yeah. So anyway, Richard won the race. They put those lefts on the rights. I think that's what really got him mad, right? And so rolled up there. I said, "Dang, this ain't gonna be good." Holy crap, this ain't gonna be good. So Richard was up in the press box doing the race interview, and I was. They pumped it, and I forget who was. They said, "Hey, yeah, something happened here," because I couldn't get the cylinder I needed to pump. They didn't pump. I was hoping because I could get the thing in the hole to spark plug thing to. So I said, "Shit, we're screwed here." Anyway, so they said, "Well, let's cool it down. We'll pull the head off." And oh, God. I said, "Now I know." I know Beatty was there. I don't know if Gasway was there. I forget. I said, "I'll be back in a minute." So it just so happened, Junior now, Daryl had run second. This started the whole deal about you don't leave. Like they checked the first couple of cars, right?
Yeah.
So if the first one's illegal, they can. But anyway, so and so they knew it was taking a while because it was dark, and of course there was Junior over there campaigning. "Yeah, it's about the boy." I mean, yes, like we laughed about it years later, and I said, "Yeah, you load your crap up," because I knew y'all were illegal. He said, "Oh yeah," but just couldn't do anything about it then. But he was campaigning. I get it. It's funny. So I went down the paddock, and there was Maurice and Roy and the whole clan down there drinking, and Maurice just laughed. He said, "Man, you're so." I went, "What do you mean I am?" He said, "Yeah. What are you going to do now?" I go, "You need to come up here." He goes, "What am I going to do?" I said, "I don't know. You need to come up here." I said, "Because I'm going to take the hit on this, I think." He goes, Yeah, we if he had that Mickey Mouse hat on, the whole deal. It was funny. I mean, I was going to back him up. I mean, if I needed to take the hit, I was going to do it. I didn't care.
Now, why were you going to take the hit if you were Kyle's crew chief?
Well, just because NASCAR knew I was the tuner.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
So I'd pump both engines.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so Chief come up there. Richard had made his way from the press box because they told him there had been a problem, right? He come down there, and Richard said, "What in the world's going on?" And she says, "Oh, it might be a problem here." And so here was the chief. He was wide open, and Beatty, or I don't know whether it's Art Crab or who was the motor guy measuring stuff. That sounds about right. Anyway, he said, need to just cool it off. And Chief looked at him and said, "You can take that damn thing to Alaska and it ain't going to be cool enough." And he just walked out. And Richard looked at him and said, "What are you going to do now?" I said, "I'm screwed, dude." So anyway, I think they got in more trouble with the lefts on the right.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody knows it's pretty much a comment. I mean, it's not like people didn't, just didn't get called. Kind of like running buckshot or whatever you call it. But anyway, that was it. That was the whole story. Then, kind of went downhill after that for Petty Enterprises, so.
At what point did you find out or get the sense that Richard was going to be leaving?
The next morning.
The next morning?
Yeah.
After that?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he'd been talking about it a little bit with, I think, Rick or Curve or whoever else. We knew about it, but then, the next morning it kind of blowed up. Yeah.
What happened? I mean...
Richard come in there, and, his finger's about 10 feet long, right? And you could, I saw his finger, and it's like, holy crap. And then he told me that he didn't tell me he was leaving. He just pretty much told me he had an opportunity to leave. And, it's kind of a deal because Kyle, they had signed 7-Eleven for Kyle, right? And, so... we had 7-Eleven that year, but was going to a Forbes 84. So anyway, that's whenever I knew that was pretty much the end of it. Pretty sad.
Did he know anything about the engine?
Richard?
Yeah.
If he did, we never talked about it.
Okay.
He just. I mean, those brothers, so I don't know what they talked about.
All right.
I just, I was just the messenger, or I was just the guy pumping them. I was doing what they told me to.
Yeah.